All right, welcome everybody. We'll give another 2 minutes before we get started, so we have enough time for everyone to trickle in here. And in the meantime, sit back, relax, and we'll start it soon. Hello, everybody. A very warm welcome to everyone attending this session. If it's possible, can anyone drop in a comment in the chat panel if you can hear me loud and clear, so I know that everyone can hear, and then we can proceed ahead. Can you guys hear me clearly? Can someone just drop in a note? All right, okay, that's good to know. Everyone can hear me. So yes, a very warm welcome to everyone. My name is Sunny Prince, and as ever, it's my pleasure to be the presenter for our July webinar of the month to cover the Better Together cloud offering with Office 365 and Dynamics 365. Now, as you might know, I carry a global APAC portfolio of Microsoft business applications, where I enable partners commercially and technically to assist them in their business growth within the Dynamics 365 or business apps ecosystem. So my intention from this webinar is to create the awareness of Office 365 and Dynamics 365 through the Better Together motion, and enable you as a reseller within the Dynamics 365, or in other words, you can even call it as a business apps space. So business apps is the name of the portfolio that is being projected by Microsoft. Earlier, it used to be called Dynamics 365. Now with Powerapps, the entire portfolio together is called as business apps. So we here in Ingram Micro, we help partners to easily transact under the CSP commercial offering. We help them build a practice if they are in need to build a Dynamics 365 practice. We provide technical assistance if they need. We help them provide professional consulting services. We also address licensing queries and assist resellers or partners to optimize their market growth. So through our global presence, you can also expand in other geographies. So if you are a partner, let's say, for example, you're based out of Australia, but you have a partner in the US, or you have a customer in the US or in the UK or any part of the world, we will help you transact licenses under the CSP cloud offering. So before we get started, I would like to make a quick housekeeping announcement. So this session will be recorded, and the recording will be made available for on-demand viewing after today's webinar in the form of a follow-up. We will send you a copy. If you face any audio or video issues, please post your query in the Q&A panel, and one of my team members will address it. Okay, let's move on. So we have quite a lot of content to cover, so just keeping a check on the time, I'll make sure that it's nice and quick, and also make sure that everyone understands the content here. So I'm going to talk about the business need from this first slide, because, for example, why we think, or why the market thinks there is a strong need for a collaborative platform, and how Microsoft is addressing it through its Better Together story. So I always start my presentations with a need, because when you understand the need, it's easy to visualize the solution and sell it. So let's start with what are the top technology priorities that are ongoing globally, or in which segment are the digital transformations most rapidly occurring. So what we have seen based on the market research is that there is a high demand for moving key data. So for example, you might have data in disparate systems, you might have data in spreadsheets, yeah, or in other traditional legacy applications that you want to modernize it, you want to move into a business modern digital application. There is also, we have seen there's a big spike in support for mobile workers. There's a big surge for expanded use of cloud hosted resources. We are also seeing there's a big demand for financial management and business operation tools, where organizations want to migrate from their traditional accounting softwares like QuickBooks to a more modernized accounting software. And with COVID and with all this pandemic debacle that's going on across in the world, there is an increased demand for security through, and that is being again catered and delivered through modern workplace. And there is also a good demand for remote selling, because again of the way things are unfolding globally, the remote selling is going up, and monitoring services. And of course, there is a good demand in artificial intelligence, business intelligence, and analytics and forecasting that is being promoted. So let's see how the Better Together motion is able to address in those lines. So when an end user looks at a partner, they are looking for how you can support their buyer's journey, which has totally changed with the digital transformation. First, your buyers or your customers need to capture their customers' need, right? So let me get my plot so you will understand here. Okay, so first your buyers or your customers need to, as I was saying, they need to capture their customer needs from various modes of communication. So we call that as in the form of an omni-channel experience. So and there is a pressing need for a platform that caters to the various sources of communication. So this can be via there might be you might be communicating via email, through website portals, through text messages, phone calls, or other digital and marketing platforms. And Dynamics 365 or business apps together with Office 365 supports all those modes of channels of communication. So whether it is Teams, or whether it is through text message or email, through Outlook, you name it, and there is a collaborative experience over there. Now, what that means is we need to enable customers with a real-time 360-degree view of their customers, from which they can gain a real-time actionable insights. Again, this is achieved from Dynamics 365, and or we can call it as the customer engagement platform. So talking about real-time actionable data, we are talking about, again, financial data in real-time world. There is a pressing need for businesses to transition, as I was mentioning earlier, from their traditional accounting softwares to a modernized financial software due to cost. So some of the reasons is due to, first is cost, the other is can be user experience. I've seen companies struggling to scale in terms of user experience. BI, business intelligence tool, is another demand for these companies, with open integration policy with other data sources. So for example, you would like to connect, or your end customer might like to connect their accounting software with a CRM tool with Outlook integration. So if we are talking about collaboration, so all these things can be achieved with a Dynamics 365 accounting package and CRM and Office 365. So all these features in terms of collaboration are natively integrated. You don't have to customize or build anything from the ground. Everything is inbuilt and readily available. Now, the other thing that sellers need to think about is remote selling and monitoring services, especially after the pandemic. Here again, virtual agents can allow them to scale their support function to meet a demand, and even if an on-site help or visit is required for field sales reps, can actually bring in the experts virtually through to help resolve issues through HoloLens, remote assist, you name it. And after the pandemic, what we have seen is the online collaboration has become even more important than ever through a video conferencing, chat messaging, and as we are doing that right now, talking to you through these digital channels, and that's what your sellers need. So trust has extremely become important in these difficult times, and it's essential to continuously gather feedback, not just from customers, but also from employees, to improve relationships and sentiments in the long term and short term. So unless you have the trust, nobody even wants to deal with you anymore. And we are talking about Office 365 and security and artificial intelligence. And now one another thing that's always on the seller's mind is maintaining customer retention. And by that, what I mean is, of course, customer acquisition is a priority. But again, I think a lot of you on this call can agree on it, is we need to make sure that this is the time where we can actually support our existing customers you are working with, so that you can create a personalized communication, so that, and then organize. And how do they do that? Again, this is with Office 365 and Dynamics 365 plus the Power Platform working together to provide an end-to-end customer business process. So this was just an overview of what is the issue, where is the solution, and how the better together collaboration addresses it. So moving on. So one of the ways you can increase your run rate, or how you can generate a different revenue model on a monthly basis in a recurring fashion, is by introducing business apps or Dynamics 365 in your portfolio. It opens, and what we have seen is that Dynamics 365 opens doors with prospects when you carry the entire solution stack with you, especially with your existing customers. They look at you as their trusted advisor for all their digital solutions. And when you are offering that, by being the single service provider, then it creates that customer stickiness and reduces churn. And Dynamics is definitely a good revenue generator with a high margin. And another revenue opportunity in this space is by delving into delivering services with or without any prior experience. Now, I have a book, an ebook, that you can, for example, you can white label it with your business logo and share it with your customer, that talks about what Better Together has in it for your customer, with examples that will give them that visibility in terms of what is the value add and where is the value prop and how it is going to make a difference in their journey towards digital transformation. So that ebook is here, the hyperlink is given. Once you have my slides, you will be able to download the ebook. Okay, so moving on. Now that you understand the potential of collaboration that I was talking in my previous slides. Now, if we join forces together by bundling the products together and take it to the market for both Office 365 and Dynamics 365, my understanding is that the cloud offering will be sensational, and we are going to talk about exactly that in the coming slides. So before you do that, you need to understand few things about Dynamics 365, because I believe majority of my listeners currently are not may be familiar with uh, maybe familiar with Dynamics 365, but predominantly they're coming from an Office 365 portfolio ecosystem. So you should know which are the most popular Dynamics 365 products in the market and that are easy to sell, that are well optimized within the small, medium-sized business market, and what will be their commercial price. So in this section, we'll help give you some tips and strategies and talk about the pricing psychology, teach you how to tier price for new Powerapps and other solutions. So tier pricing is pivotal when it comes to packaging and talking about strategies of bundling your products together. So again, we'll teach you how to compete effectively. How do you lower customer risk by giving them solutions that can be implemented quickly and get them a high return on investment as soon as possible. So moving on. So I spoke in depth in my part 1 series talking about how Dynamics 365 collaborates with Office 365. So if you are interested, then you can revisit the recording, which is mentioned down here with the hyperlink. So you can revisit my recording I did, I think 2 months back, where we were talking about the new features, how Dynamics is integrated with Office 365. And so you can learn more on that. But here in this slide, we are talking about the most popular business application. So as we all are aware of Microsoft 365, it provides Office-based application, Word and Excel, video conferencing with Teams. It even provides a secure cloud storage and device management. Now, moving forward, one of the most popular Dynamics 365 related business app is called the Dynamics 365 Sales Professional, or in other words, that Sales Professional is the CRM application of Dynamics 365. Now, when it comes to CRM, it is all about sales management, driving your sales engagements, forecasting, email management, pipeline management, and so sales is the CRM, and the reason why we say sales, or the reason why we are telling the popular products within the Dynamics 365, the way we have structured it is based on few criteria. So one is cost. What is the cost? Is it competitive in the market compared to other business applications? Or is it scalable? And what is the user experience? And is it very viable? Is it popular within the SMB market? So these are some of the criteria that has driven us to conclude that these are the most popular Dynamics business applications. So sales is another one of those popular business apps. The other one is Dynamics 365 Business Central. Now, Business Central again is one of those popular ERPs or accounting, modernized accounting solutions within the Dynamics portfolio. So if you have customers who are managing account receivables, in managing the invoices, purchases, they are creating invoices and they have to pay their sellers and vendors, then their go-to ERP will be Business Central. And the third most popular business app is Powerapps. Powerapps is again a no-code, low-code portfolio of business apps, which fits in those businesses that require I would say, a rapid deployment of a business apps without much of an effort. So picture this, that you are running a business and running an emergency like the recent floods that we experienced, I think it was last year in New South Wales, or during the COVID, you quickly want to, for example, develop a crisis management application to communicate to your employees about their well-being. What are the emergency numbers to reach out to, or you simply want to develop a simple employee expense approval app that can be deployed quickly in no time, then Powerapps is the answer to that. So these are some of the popular business app that collaborates with Office 365. Moving on. Now, in this section, we are going to talk about how you can leverage packaging and pricing and offers. We want to make sure we sell to customers the way they want to buy, that fits their budget and gives them that extra flexibility to add value for them. Now, with the changing times, customers are becoming risk averse, right? Where nobody wants to commit to anything about 6 months to 1 year because of the uncertain times that we are all going through. So you have to position your offers in a way which is financially rewarding to your customers. So just to help you visualize the monthly recurring revenue you can make by bundling Office 365 and Dynamics 365. So for example, I put in, let's say, Microsoft 365 Business Premium, it can go up till 300 users. When you bundle that with Business Central, which is the ERP component of Dynamics 365, well, let's say if we go with 20 users, where we split those 20 users as 13 full users and 7 limited users. So one Business Central license costs around $96.10 if that's in Australian dollars. It's in per month basis, and then one limited user license costs around $11 per month. So when you bundle Microsoft 365 with Business Central, the incremental revenue is around $114,000 per year. So that's with license, and then you can even include your services that you will be delivering in the market. Similarly, I have another example for you where you can bundle M365 Premium with Sales Professional and Business Central. Now, when we are talking about Sales Professional and Business Central, we are talking about lead to cash. This is an entire solution in one single bundle. So we are talking about customers who can generate lead in the CRM, they can manage all the emails, they can interact and set customer expectations. Once they have won the customer, once they have closed an opportunity, then they generate leads, not leads, they generate invoices and purchase order in Business Central. So this is an entire collaborative package together, and you have Outlook, Teams, everything being delivered from Microsoft 365. So in all together with this bundle, we are talking about 112,000. It's just a ballpark figure per year revenue, incremental revenue plus services that you can deliver. So when bundling sales and accounting software like Business Central, there is absolutely a good value proposition that we have seen in the market. Now, another example with just business apps or Dynamics 365 is when packaging and pricing offers, I would suggest giving your customers 3 options, with the middle one being the most optimized and maximized for the customer you want to attract and value for them, and high margin for you. Because Dynamics 365 definitely, it fetches more margin than Office 365. It opens more gateways for you to step into customer environment. So you can even include services with the license package to say, if you buy, let's say, X package, you get X features with X number of licenses. So when you do that, you will see less number of customers will cancel the subscription, you're offering services and licenses in a bundle. There may be partners who do not deliver services but have customers with service requirements that I will talk in next slides. So what I'm saying is that in the first one, you can bundle Business Central. So you have got three options. The first is just selling. Option one is selling Business Central Premium or Business Central Essential license, these are the two versions under the Business Central. The second option for your customer is bundling Business Central with giving them a basic setup along with two Powerapps license, and then giving them a get started guide. Or the third option you can provide your customer is giving them Business Central Premium or Essential license with a configuration basic setup and two Powerapps, and then implementing the entire solution through our P2P program, or even you can even do that, or even through one of the solution providers who is an expert in doing that. The other example is that I'm trying to offer is bundling Sales Professional with Powerapps. So we are saying you can provide option one is just selling a Sales Professional license, or option two is Sales Professional with a basic setup, just exactly like what we did with Business Central, following the same pattern, and then delivering, or the third option is delivering that with implementation or consulting services. So these are some of the examples that I just wanted to produce. So now to reduce the resistance from customers to get them to try the solution or to buy is by giving them a trial license for 30 days. And now in this way, the customer can play around with it and will be in a position to make a decision, right? And now in order to price and package a solution, you need to know your data. You need to understand what is my historical data, what's the average size of your customer deal, what's the smallest implementation that you might have come across, what's the largest, number of days to deploy, is it different for different industries? I would always suggest do your analysis, run some reports to determine the range. You can even reach out to us. We will give you some data and help you make that decision. So for example, which is the minimum deal size you have done so far, or versus which is the biggest, and where do you maximize your customers, or where do you see most of your customers fall in which category? That will give you an idea where to start with, right? And remember, we are trying to get better at deploying quicker, lowering our cost and time, so we can increase our margins and avoid a time and material or a fixed hourly margin where costs are going up and companies want to pay less, and we keep getting squeezed on hourly margin. Now, you must be thinking, I get the packaging side of the business, but what if I don't have the in-house skills or competency for consulting services? So we have to understand not all revenue streams are equal. With the new cloud transformation business, what we are seeing is that more and more partners are now moving into the cloud business from traditional ones. Margins from product resale are shrinking. Partners who have been focusing entirely on product revenue have the biggest barrier, with a typical margin of 5 to 15%. And now this is because the margins in this revenue stream are tied to vendor incentives. Similarly, project services drive a margin of around 35 to 40% gross margin. Next in line that fetches more margin is through the managed services, which is 45 to 55% gross margin. Then is the biggest, that is the packaged IP that offers 65 to 70% margin. Such partners are very appealing in the mergers and acquisition space. So partners who have gravitated towards the recurring revenue model and definitely realizing a healthy growth are presented with a much higher valuation. This can have a dramatic increase in, for example, in their cash valuations and overall shareholder value, which is far higher than what a traditional partner has been focusing on, just selling the product So in my next series, we'll be also talking about how to specialize yourself to create that differentiation, a value model offering by either going vertical or by specializing on a product or by building an IP. So there are a few ways how you can implement and move on with Dynamics 365. The first one is either you can build your own Dynamics 365 practice. You want to set up that, you can definitely do that. Either you can upskill your team, get certified, ramp up a sales and technical team, and eventually set up your own Dynamics 365 practice. Or the other option is, which is what you are seeing on the screen, is option 2, which is partner to partner, especially if you have a requirement that is immediate or you want to fast track cloud offering in the market without creating your own practice. So we will introduce you to one of our ESPs who will work closely with you to roll out the solution. Now, our ESPs have been in the business for a very, very long time, with a mature implementation model, who have been handpicked by us based on their capability and reputation. So these are some of the ways that you can, move on in this space depending upon your interest. Now, the roles and responsibilities are very clear within the P2P ecosystem. So you can share this specific slide with your customer just to prime them if they wish to understand the roles and responsibilities within the business model. So Ingram Micro, if you can see my slide, recruits both modern workplace partners and Dynamics solution integrators to sell, deploy, and support Dynamics solutions, and also to maintain a marketplace for these offerings and deliver go-to-market services needed to ensure end customers are aware of Dynamics value and business impact. And in exchange for this, we receive a portion of the Microsoft's margin on Dynamics license sold through our extended channel, partner channel. So we are responsible. We are responsible in our resellers' growth. We work closely with them to get them up to speed within the business app space. We provide support in terms of pre-qualifying customer requirements, whether it is commercial or technical, and identify a service provider, and provide a CSP cloud offering. And we also help maintain a marketplace for our partners to do the transactions. Now, the role of a modern workplace partner in this entire engagement is they are the trusted advisor for all cloud solutions, right? You are the one point single line of contact for your customers. So we expect our modern workplace partner to manage relationships with the customer. You will be the one who will be billing and managing the license. You'll be also the one billing for implementation and even for monthly support plans, and managing, or you can even be managing the Dynamics in-house Dynamics 365 practice. The Dynamics solution integrator's role is at the final end of the value chain. SI or AF solution provider provides the capabilities that a modern workplace partner does not have with respect to deploying and supporting Dynamic solutions. They close the deal from a warm handoff by the modern work partner. They deploy the solution, including any needed ISP or other IP add-ons. They provide ongoing end support if you need. All of these activities require specialized, full-time resources and an adequate operating scale so as to be cost effective. So in exchange for their efforts, a solution provider may receive a portion of their Microsoft margin on Dynamics license, as well as margin from the solution deployment, and any of their own IP that is part of the Dynamics solution. So partner to partner benefits. The left is what Dynamics 365 partner gains out of the collaboration: increased revenue, cost efficient practice, rapid deployment, and profitable business model. What a modern workplace partner receives is increased customer retention through strengthened customer relationship, a minimum project risk, bundles. They can bundle services in a single invoice, high margin and incentive, and option to choose to grow your own Dynamics 365 practice or continue with a partner to partner practice. So I have the 8 pillars of partnering that talks about the P2P and partnership and the things that you need to watch out for when you are partnering with another entity, and to make it as a successful partnership. So this is a good article that was written by Vince, which is called the 8 pillars of partnering. So it's a hyperlink. When you click on that, it will take you to the ebook that you can download and go through to make an informed decision. Okay, so some of the typical questions that a modern workplace partner thinks before embarking into the Dynamics ecosystem is that what I need to invest and what would be the payoffs for that investment, right? You need to understand the profit and loss when you are embarking in this space. So this model, what I'm going to walk you through quickly, is going to answer all those questions specifically for some of the unique situations. So let's start with what a partner would want to consider the logistics and economics of building a Dynamics 365 practice. So in this tutorial, I am using Dynamics Business Central as an example for the purpose of demonstration, but this can be used to evaluate any Dynamics 365 business app by changing the variables. So this is just a screenshot of the spreadsheet that I can share with interested resellers who wish to understand the profit and loss and calculate, and they also want to calculate the revenue that they can draw in the business app space. So the tables, let me activate my splodge. Okay, so the tables in blue indicate the key economic drivers in selling and supporting a Dynamics 365 solution. These include customer ad metrics, which is what an average deal would look like, fee structure, which is the implementation cost or what would you charge for the services, as well as support, margin that you would receive, and margin that you would receive from an indirect provider, including incentives and accelerators offered by Microsoft. And then what would be the resource cost required to deliver and support the implementation, as well as the cost of sales resource needed to acquire Dynamics 365 customers. So you will definitely need some business development managers and executives to help you bring the business. Similarly, you would also expect the number of customer ads you will add in the next 4 years, and the type of resource you will need to deploy and support Dynamics 365 solutions, as well as any variable cost related to customer acquisition and retention. So yeah, when it comes down to resourcing, I have seen, because I'm coming from a delivery background, I have seen partners, they hire functional consultants, they hire business analysts, you might need a solution architects, project managers in order to execute. So you have to think from that perspective. And then you also need fixed investments, if there are any, with respect to R&D, training, any incremental or admin costs, and a user base that would need support packages that you offer. And then you have the key operating ratios in terms of productivity and utilization of sales, delivery, and support personnel. And finally, the churn among the dynamic subscriber base. You can adjust any of the variables that are indicated in the green highlighted fields to reflect your specific assumptions, as well as to evaluate any number of different what if scenarios. So the spreadsheet is currency agnostic. So feel free to use it based on your currency, if it's in Sing dollars, or if it's in Australian dollar or New Zealand dollars. So the next thing that's driven by this model is the P&L, right? And by the is so the P&L impact in terms of revenue and a contribution for the next 4 years. Also the working capital that is required, the money you would need to drive the business, driven by the upfront resourcing needs and the customer acquisition costs, the evaluation impact or the shareholder value created by the business owner, based on partner economic research that they have done. And then finally, you can enter it under the variable cost, and in order to drive the model that will automatically calculate all the numbers for you. So similarly, if you feel the demand for support will be lower or higher, you can even adjust the slide bar here. So this is a sliding bar, and that will automatically calculate that for you. So if you're interested in receiving a copy of the revenue generator model spreadsheet, then if you are a new partner, sign up with us. We'll be more than happy to share that. If you are an existing partner, drop me a note or to one of my counterparts, and we'll be more than happy to share this spreadsheet, which will also help you drive and give you that visualization on the number that you will require investment from an investment perspective. And it even gives you these bar graphs automatically that will show you the historical and data from a BI perspective. Okay, so in this section, we'll be talking about the types of incentives that you can claim with Microsoft Business Apps that not many partners, if you are an existing partner or if you are a new reseller who is planning to get started in the Dynamics space, then this is something that you should be aware of. So Microsoft rewards partners for driving CSP revenue. The new incentive updates that were published, I guess, around during October 2019, if I'm not wrong, are designed to reward Microsoft partners who align sales motions with these strategic priorities. So first, you are evaluated based on adding new customers, then second is selling the value of premium workloads, and the third is driving usage and consumption of online services. So partners can take advantage of two types of incentive categories. One is offers that are provided by Microsoft, and the second one is incentives, pure incentives. So offers are designed to fund specific pre-sales engagements with customers and are managed through Microsoft's partner investment engine. So incentives are paid on a percentage of sales revenue or on an end customer consumption or usage in the post sales phase. So in order to acquire incentive, you have to be a gold or silver partner within the cloud business application, or you need to have a competency for cloud platform or cloud productivity or data or any of these. You need to have a gold or silver competency, then you are entitled for incentives. Now, your incentive is evaluated based on three criteria. One is core, when you're selling core Microsoft licenses. Second is global. If you have if you're selling one of the tier 2 applications. And the third is when you are adding net new customers on a yearly basis. So when you're selling some of those core business applications, let's say sales or Powerapps, then you are incentivized with 4.75%. Second is you also get an additional incentive of 10% if you are selling Powerapps or Sales Pro, which is under the Global Strategic Product Accelerator segment. And then the third is 20% for customer ad incentive. Now, if you add that, on an average, you get 34.75% incentive only. And if you split that, if you split the core incentive that you're drawing along with the global strategic product accelerator, this is what it shows. So you need, it's a 60% of the 14.75 incentive that you're drawing. 60% is split purely as a rebate. So you receive 60% pure rebate in the form of credit, or you can use it for your own other commercial purpose, or it can even be drawn as cash. And then the 40% is used for a co-op for driving your go-to-market marketing activities that you can utilize it. Now, for example, if you are selling sales professional license with, let's say, 16 seats, your total earning potential over the first 12 months would be around $4,500 pure incentive. Similarly, if you are selling a Business Central, you are selling, let's say, 15 seats, your total earning potential will go around to somewhere around 3,800 to 3,900 US dollar. So in the next slide, I will just quickly show you how is the customer ad incentive calculated, how Microsoft calculates the 20% that you will be receiving. And again, all this that I have shared is mentioned in the incentive guide that you can go through, download, and then you can make a self-informed decision. So partners can earn a one-time payment worth 20% of a customer's annual contract value when the customer meets or exceeds 1,000 USD in the monthly billed revenue for the first time in the previous 12-month period. Once a customer has met the initial threshold, partners can then earn additional one-time payment worth 20% of the ACV's incremental revenue growth each time monthly billed revenue exceeds its previous highest total. Now this is just an extract from the guide. I took the screenshot just to explain you how it works. So in October, let's say a customer meets the new customer ad criteria in October by generating $1,000 USD in a monthly billed revenue, which is around 12,000 USD ACV, right, on an annual basis. Now in December, the partner is paid a new customer ad accelerator incentive of 2,400 USD, or 20% of that 12,000 USD that they have accumulated. Similarly, the customer adds seats during the month of January and reaches 3,000 USD in a monthly billed revenue, setting a new previous highest total and triggering a new customer growth accelerator incentive payment. So in March, the partner is paid an incentive of 4,800 USD, which is 20% of the ACV's incremental revenue growth. So like that, the incentives are calculated. So you can also download the incentive tool, estimator tool, just to understand exactly how much incentive. You just have to plug in the number of licenses that you are transacting, and the tool will automatically calculate that for you. So co-op funding that I was mentioning, which is the 40% you will be getting for co-op funding as in the form of rebates in my previous slide. So this is what you get from the co-op now. And I get a lot of questions from partners like what kind of a marketing support or demand generation support can be received from Microsoft and how to claim it. So co-op funding is for those who are new into this program, enables you or partners to conduct marketing and readiness activities that result in sales pipeline growth and specialization of development, that can be leveraged for building solution practices and a center of excellence. So the entire co-op funding is split in demand generation, market development, and partner readiness, and these are some of the activities that are delivered as part of those in those categories. You can also download the co-op guide just to understand in an extensive way what exactly that is and how that helps you in driving and and how you can claim those co-op funds. Okay, so if you are a business app, if you are aiming for a business app competency for, let's say, a gold or silver competency, then these are some of the few criteria on that. For example, if you score between 1 to 59, you need to score in order to claim silver or gold competency. So for example, if you are scoring between 1 to 59, you're not eligible. But if you have a score between 60 to 79, percent, then you are eligible for a silver competency. Similarly, if you if you score between 80 to 100, you're eligible for a gold competency. Now, there are 7, as you can see, there are 7 metrics based on which the points are awarded to you. For any given metric, there is a maximum number of points you can earn. So this visual shows the maximum number of points that each metric can help you earn. So I have shared a link of how you can gain points and the benefits of gaining a competency, how you can gain those points, and you can even click on this link that will take you to Partner Center to show you if you are eligible to be a gold or silver partner. And then there are quite a lot of frequently asked questions under the PCI, which is called the Partner Contribution Indicator, that will address all your pressing questions. For example, how I can claim those points, what are things that I should know, am I eligible based on this, based on my current status, am I eligible for claiming those points. Okay, another thing is if you are a partner, we have something called internal use rights, which is IUR, that allows you to get first-hand knowledge of features and capabilities of the latest Microsoft software. So in other words, you can claim free Microsoft Dynamics 365 licenses for your internal usage. So let's say, for example, on the screen, so you need to have a competency in the Powerapps, in the apps and infrastructure. If you have a application development, or if you have application integration, then you're entitled for certain business apps licenses. So for example, if you have a business app competency, then as a silver partner, you get 15 customer engagement licenses free and 60 for gold partners. Similarly, if you get 25 similarly, if you are a silver partner, you get 25 Power BI Pro license, and if you are a gold partner, then you get 100 Power BI Pro license free of cost. Similarly, if you will also get free Business Central accounting software licenses if you have a competency with small and medium mid-market cloud solutions. So I guess it's around 15. If you are a silver partner, you get 15 license free, and if you are gold, you get 25 free license for internal usage. So you can access, if you have those internal usage rights and licenses, through this by clicking on this link, and you can also learn more about this value offer by clicking on this. That will take you to the guide and give you more insight on claiming those licenses. Moving on, so we have a pre-sales partner pre-sales program offer. So if you are let's say an existing Dynamics partner, or you are even new into this ecosystem, Microsoft even helps you with your pre-sales engagement. Now, the goal of this partner offer is to deliver effective proof of concept pilot customer environments that help customers better support sales and marketing organizations to more effectively sell and market remotely. So the proof of concept funding is made based on the 5 types. So if you have a envisioning workshop, or if you have a business value assessment, or you are having a envisioning workshop with solution assessment, then you are entitled. And if there is a billing of 50,000 annually for business application, or if you are billing 30,000 for Powerapps, Then there is funding from Microsoft based on these three types of partner pre-sales workshop that you're having with them. Similarly, the payout is 8.3% of the ACV, which is around maximum 10,000. Funding is provided by Microsoft. The other type is if you have a day workshop or like a discovery workshop, or if you have a pilot rollout phase with the customer, and the billing is around 50,000 for Dynamics or 20,000 for AI products, then you are entitled for 3,500 funding from Microsoft. So you can learn more on those fundings by clicking on how to apply. If you have such engagements, ongoing engagements, or if you have any future engagements with your customer. Now, quickly, we just have 5 minutes, and I'm trying, that's the last topic that I want to cover. So you must, under this topic, we'll be talking about some of the new offers. If you are a partner, how we can help you claiming those offers. So if you're interested in lead generation, then this is for you. So here we are talking about Microsoft's digital marketing resources, featuring self-serve resources and content and tool. So through this marketing motion, you can generate leads and connect with more customers with 10 to 12 week prepackaged customizable social media and digital marketing campaign content. So you might be thinking when to use it. So if you are short on time to create content or need to boost your online marketing engagement, or if you are just starting out your marketing content strategy, then this is a great way to kick off. So this marketing motion helps you generate leads. You can capture and close more leads. And where to find it, this is the hyperlink. Click on this website link, and then that will guide you how to claim and be part of it. So this is applicable for all partners. I don't think there is any eligibility criteria, but for anyone who is an Azure Dynamics 365 and a modern workplace partner is eligible to claim it. Okay, so we have got Microsoft Dynamics 365 Sales Professional Conversation Guides. This is just a screenshot of it. If you are interested, please send us a request and we'll be more than happy to send you the conversation guide. So what exactly the guide does is it walks you through some of the typical questions and objections that you might come across with your customer and how to tackle them, how to address and encounter those pressing questions. It is I would say it is a customer facing deck that you can utilize it in the sense for your own understanding and learning. Similarly, we have, so this is for sales. Similarly, we have for Business Central and Powerapps. So let us know, and we can send you a copy of this conversation guide, which essentially talks to you about how to pitch to your customer, how to talk about, let's say, Business Central or sales or Powerapps. Similarly, we have dynamic sales opportunity and training resources. So if you are aiming sales, then this is a good platform for you. It gives you all the partner opportunity decks. It takes you to the tech talks, gives you all the learning paths that you can leverage for training and certification. Similarly, it provides you help resources for your sales professional, and then some of the quick start guide to set up your own Dynamics 365 practices. And you also have some additional resources in terms of sales scripts that you can utilize. And this is the link that will take you to those to that platform. Similarly, we have for Business Central also. Again, you can download all the opportunity decks. You can tech talks. All the resources have been collaborated, has been condensed in one single page. It will take, and if you have any trainings that you want to undergo in Business Central, it will take you to those. And this is the link for that. Similarly, we have for Powerapps also. Exactly same, all the resources condensed in one single page. I just had to drink a glass of water because my throat was really trying because of extended talking that I've been doing. Sorry about that. Okay, that's one thing. And then the last is we have got few offers that are going on by Microsoft. So we have so any customer who is on an on-premise deployment with Business Central or Navision or Great Plains or even some of those legacy applications called Dynamics Solomon, there is a good opportunity for them to transition into Business Central and are also entitled for 60% discount. Offer duration is from September 2021 till next year, June 30. It's only available under the CSP value offering. Please get back to me or one of my counterparts if you want to learn more about this offer and how you can claim these offer. And again, as I said, customers who want to transition from these legacy applications, they're entitled for 60% discount. Okay, another offer that is coming up that I thought of bringing up is for Powerapps. So there is a Powerapps per user plan offer for anyone with a minimum purchase of 2,000 license. They're entitled for a $12 per user per month for Powerapps per user plan. It's not per app plan, it's Powerapps per user plan. So just bear that in mind. And the launch date is October 2021. So I just thought of giving you an advance notice so you keep an eye and you can claim it the moment it is launched in the market. Okay, and then that's it. And so the last one is about the learning. So if you are a Dynamics or if you are new into the Dynamics ecosystem, you can go through some of the on-demand, and if you want to, undergo some of the fundamental learnings of Dynamics, you can go through some of the on-demand courses for customer engagement or CRM. This is the link. If you want to learn on the accounting side of the business, this is the MB920 is the course that will make you go through the fundamental courses. For Powerapps, this is the link. And then if you are interested in taking some certifications so that has a cost to that, you can visit this link. This link takes you to the Powerapp platform certification. And if you are a developer, this is the link in order to go through the certification as a developer. And that's the one for functional. So that's it. And the last one is, if you have any questions, please reach out to me, my counterparts. If you have any questions, if you are a partner based out of Australia, you can definitely reach out to Fabiano. If you are a partner who is based out of the ASEAN countries, which is Singapore, Thailand, Hong Kong, Malaysia, Indonesia, you can reach out to my counterpart, Kimberly. And if you are a partner who is based out of New Zealand, definitely you can reach out to my colleague, Liam, who is based out of New Zealand. So that brings us to the end of our slides and presentation. If you have any questions, please reach out to us. I'll just give a minute if you have, just to see if we have any questions. I'll put myself on mute. All right, we don't seem to have any questions at this moment. So as I mentioned, please feel free to share your questions, feedback with me. More than happy to address if you have any commercial or technical related questions. And it has been definitely, as I said, a pleasure to present this webinar. And let's wrap it up, and we look forward to talking to you in the next webinar. Thank you.